Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, bar owner gunned down after returning from daughter's graduation. Investigators assigned to the Major Investigation Division are probing, among other matters, whether stolen illegal firearms are the motive behind a double murder on Tuesday night in Mount Silos, St. Andrew. The news understands that one of the deceased men, Kimani Smuggle Hyman, bar owner of a Mannings Hill district address, was the target of the attack. The gunman also shot and killed Romario Trail, also of a Mannings Hill address. Trail, according to residents, was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Him never did for dead, him innocent, a resident told the news. The news understands that the day before the deadly attack, people with the knowledge of the withholding of the gun tried to talk Hyman into returning the firearm. The man them tell him say run back the strap them and not make things get out of hand. Him and the man them did a link and him take the man them things and now give the man them no good talk. Them said them must kill him mother and him brother, the resident who requested anonymity said. The news was told that the issue stemmed from another parish and the police division. Reports are that about 9:15 p.m., loud explosions were heard and the people were seen running for cover. The bloodletting caught some folks by surprise as scores of residents visited the scene after they saw blue flashing lights signaling the police were on location. I said the Hyman daughter graduate from the primary school out there so, and him go and support her. No sooner than when he returned and went to his shop, them come kill him. People are gonna say if them never mix up, them family wouldn't dead. We don't want the violence around here. We're not used to it, an elderly resident said. A senior police investigator told the news that law enforcement is following strong leads, including the defiance to return illegal guns. The police said they would increase their presence in the area to reassure the residents that a calm will be restored. As of June 28, the St. Andrew North Police Division recorded a 43% reduction in murders. 17 murders were reported in the division compared to 30 for the corresponding period in 2024. Shootings, injured persons, and reports of rape have also declined, but robberies and break-ins recorded 192 and 160% increases, respectively. Phone technician arrested after cops tracked down stolen cell. 52-year-old Kevin Wallace, a phone technician of Horton Road, Kingston, was charged with receiving stolen property after a stolen cell phone was discovered in his possession on Orange Street on Wednesday, June 18. Reports from the Kingston Central Police are that on Tuesday, June 17, 3 men robbed a woman of 200,000 Jamaican dollars, a Samsung A10 cellular phone valued at 30,000 Jamaican dollars, and a Samsung Note 23 Ultra cell phone valued at 160,000 Jamaican dollars. The following day, the woman tracked her cell phone and sought assistance from the police to retrieve the phone. Upon the arrival of the police, Wallace handed over the cell phone and admitted to purchasing it for 80,000 Jamaican dollars. He was arrested and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Westmoreland carpenter charged following boat theft and failed bid to sell it. 33-year-old carpenter Kerry Green, otherwise called Mega, of Big Bridge, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, has been charged with simple larceny and deceptive conduct in the course of trade following reports of a boat theft in his community between Friday, June 13 and Saturday, June 14. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 6:30 p.m. on Friday, a man parked his Yamaha boat behind his house and retired to bed. The following morning, he realized that the boat was missing from where it was docked. It is further reported that about 3:51 a.m. on Saturday, Green contacted a truck driver via phone and promised to pay him $80,000 to transport a boat from Westmoreland to St. James. The driver met Green later that day, and they loaded the boat onto the truck and transported it to be sold. The boat sale was not successful, and the driver, who was not paid for his transport services, refused to offload it and instead took it to storage. The boat was returned to the owner on Saturday, June 15, after the owner contacted the driver and informed him that the vessel had been stolen and described it. A report was made to the police and Green was apprehended during an operation on Wednesday, July 2, and was charged after being identified by the trucker driver. His court date is being finalized. No gamesmanship in PEP placements, says Education Ministry. Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Terrion Thomas Gale, is disputing suggestions that the ministry has engaged the practice of gamesmanship in the placement of students who sit the primary exit profile exams. Mrs. Thomas Gale says the 7 choices of schools given to parents and the students is to provide them with more options. The first to 5th options are considered the preferred choices of students.
It is not a matter of us playing the game. It is giving our children and our parents more choices. And if it were that we were to look at how they are placed, we do look at the data. We do look at the students who are given their first preference, how many students, and the numbers have been increasing. The truth is our schools, and this is the conversation that I'm hoping that our leaders, Mr. Wright being one such, will have, that the leadership of these institutions and the parenting support and the students, they are the ones who make the schools who they are. And if you're saying that we in the ministry, we do give support to all our institutions are resourced, and we do spend more time in these schools that are deemed not ideal. We do resource these schools more than we do the others. And so as a ministry representative, it would not be fair for me to say that these schools are not properly resourced. They are issues, and even in the top tier schools, the ones that are preferred choices, there are issues as well.
Attorney criticizes court ruling for entities to comply with IC information requests. Data privacy expert and attorney at law Chukwuemeka Cameron believes that parliamentarians should challenge the Supreme Court's ruling that compels financial institutions to hand over information about public officials to the Integrity Commission. He argues that the decision sets a dangerous precedent and tramples on privacy rights protected under law. In the January 17, 2024 ruling, Justice Chester Stamp affirmed that Section 7.2 of the Integrity Commission Act imposed a legal obligation on individuals and entities to cooperate with the IC by complying with its information requests. The judgment also addressed the Section 42.2 of the Act, which authorizes the Director of Information to seek additional information from declarations, including data from financial institutions. Drawing parallels with the U.S. Supreme Court, allowing members of the Donald Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive information, including Social Security Administration data, Mr. Cameron says the move is problematic.
Submitted their started declarations because the law said that they must, and if you don't, it's a criminal offense. So they just simply write a letter and say, you have a duty to cooperate with me. I'm not conducting an investigation, but just give me all the information you have. That is, in my mind, worse than what Elon Musk sought to do with Doge, because this is a court sanctioning that you can just write a letter and demand that you get all the information in. But I am of the view that the Integrity Commission must have far-reaching investigatory powers where they are of the view that there may be some corruption. As I understood it, the Attorney General is there primarily to defend and uphold the Constitution, then the laws of the land. But what has happened, it has now been flipped on its head. There's a deeper problem. We have an information commissioner who is supposed to defend the rights of the citizens to informational privacy and a very robust legislation. But that information commissioner's powers has not yet been enacted. So the citizen, me and you, are now left exposed.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.